Okay, this morning's message is around self-acceptance. I get to start by saying, some of you guys have heard me say in the past, I don't care what you think. You've heard me say at some of these events that what you think of me is none of my business, although that's very true, and I do live by that. If you listen to face value of what was said when I said, I really don't care what you think about me, you would say, your opinion matters none. And that is kind of true, but also not true. Face value, I'm saying what you think is just really absolutely does not matter. And again, there is a hint of truth to that. But if we look beyond face value of what was said, I will share with you guys what that really means when a person says that. What we are saying is we're not going to alter our life based on what you think. As a successful person, any successful person knows where they're going for the most part and what they want to achieve and accomplish, and they kind of feel what their mission is, and they're stepping into that. And your approval isn't needed for them to do it. Of course, they are grateful if you approve. They're grateful if you enjoy that. They're grateful if you are grateful, but they're still not going to stop or slow down based on your approval. In other words, my happiness doesn't depend upon your approval. And I'm saying that not to just to you per se that are on this call listening in or listening into the YouTube. I'm saying this because I'm asking you to have that mentality. Somebody else's approval should not be the determining factor of your happiness. You're going to choose into joy and quality of life and be happy regardless of somebody else's approval or disapproval. That's not what we're looking for. Now, the person that I look to the most is my mentor. If his approval is there, I value that because he has my best interest in mind. And if he disapproves of things, I really want to look at the reflection. If there's something he disapproves of, I want to look at the reflection. Where else in my life is that showing up as well? Because it helps me understand the things that I get to overcome, that I get to change, that I get to come to terms with, that I get to adjust, the things that I get to grow through. So when I say that your opinion doesn't matter, what I'm really saying is, yes, I am concerned about what you think, but I'm not going to let that determine the joy that I have in my heart. I'm not going to let that take away my joy. Now, I might allow that to let me feel a little bit better for the day, but I also will not allow it to make a major impact on me being super joyful about something because of your approval. Because if I allow your approval to really get me going and get me to thinking super, super good about something because you approved of it, I'm also putting myself at risk of the contrary. I'm putting myself at risk of, as soon as somebody does not approve, that I am vexed, I am distraught, I am disappointed, I'm downhearted, lower lip puckering, you know the story. So what I'm sharing all of this morning is to say, accept yourself. Accept yourself. Self-acceptance means that you accept you right now this morning as you are. Yes, but I didn't do last week what I should have done, and I didn't accomplish this morning what I should have accomplished. I'm really feeling bad about myself, and somebody had just made mention to the fact that I'm sort of a loser. Maybe that's true. Maybe you did not exercise self-discipline last week. Maybe you didn't exercise self-discipline this morning. Maybe you didn't exercise some of the things or get up as early as you know you should have. Maybe all those things are true, but you accept yourself as that type of person right now. You're not that committed yet to your future. You're not that self-disciplined yet to your future and your current, present, family, coworkers, whatever it may be, business. Accept yourself. It's okay that I am that way right now. It's not okay to stay that way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's okay to stay that way. But to accept oneself says, this is who I am right now. I accept me as a fearfully and wonderfully made person that God created me to be. Now, I'm not going to stay this way tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be a little bit better than I was today. Tomorrow, I'll have a little bit less self-absorbed, braggadocious type of conversations to make myself feel good. Tomorrow, I will be a little bit more self-disciplined. Tomorrow I'll be a little bit more, I will care less about, not necessarily care less, but I will allow the opinions of others to affect me less. I will not allow others' opinions to take my joy away. I will not allow others' opinions to make me super happy either, because neither of those will really serve me. Because as soon as the other person's opinion that made you super happy is of a negative, that very same person's opinion, it may be your mentor, his opinion of your current state tells you, hey, listen, you are playing in the shallow end of the pool. It's time to step up out of there. You will feel very disappointed. So to be able to have an even keel, to be able to stay on a level playing field, and yes, accept it when you realize you're not doing what you should do, not as a permanent state of life, but as a current state of mindset that I'm in. I've developed this mindset to do things in this way, which is unacceptable for a long-term life. But I accept me as a person. Accept yourself. Self-acceptance. Without self-acceptance, you will never create long-term change. The person that I talk to that deals with depression, I know that unless I can get this person to have some sort of self-acceptance, long-term change will not happen in that person's life. I can say things that'll get them to feel good about themselves momentarily, but then I know that it's only a certain amount of time until somebody breaks that cycle and they'll go back into depression. You see, a person cannot be depressed unless they're thinking about themselves. It's not possible. They have to be thinking about themselves and something that's not good about themselves, something that doesn't look good in the future about themselves. People are rarely depressed by thinking about their past. Yes, it can look dark, dismal. It can be depressing only in so much that it is connected to their subconscious thought process of saying, this is what my future is going to look like. And then it becomes very depressing. Whenever I find myself wanting to go into a state of depression, and yes, I've dealt with that stuff a lot, so I very well know what depression is. I know the darkness of it. I know the just, I really don't know how to describe it. It's a life that's not worth living when you're in the darkest times of your depression. But I did not know at that time that I was focused on me, solely focused on me. And I was focused on the opinions of others that did not approve of me. I did not accept myself at that time. And I still, I'm still growing through that. I can't say that I'm there. I'm growing through this. But my challenge for you is to accept yourself this morning as you are. Self-acceptance is very important. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have things to grow through. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't become a better person. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't address some of your weaknesses today and your blind spots today. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't develop yourself to that next level. It just means to accept you as you are right now, this moment. It's okay. I am a sum total of my thought processes up to this point, and this is who I am currently. That's okay. Just not okay to stay there. With that being said, guys, have a great day, and thank you for joining us this morning live on the 5-Star Leadership and Personal Growth podcast. For those of you that are listening in on the YouTube, don't forget to give us a like and a share. And, of course, subscribe to our channel as we have much more coming out. Do me a favor. Don't settle for less than who you are. May God bless you.